Welcome back, beautiful souls. Before we dive into today's reading, I need you to pause for just a second. I need you to stop scrolling, stop whatever it is you're doing, and really sit with what I'm about to share with you. Because what came through in this reading today is something that genuinely stopped me in my tracks. The cards that came out, one after another, were so intense, so layered, and so specific that I had to take a breath before I even began speaking. So if you've been feeling like something is shifting around you, like there's an energy you can't quite name, like someone has been on your mind, or maybe you've been on someone else's mind more than you even realize, this reading is absolutely for you. Stay with me, because this is going to be a powerful one. My name is Juliet, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I do collective tarot readings that are meant to meet you exactly where you are. I channel messages from spirit, from your guides, from the universe itself, and I deliver them to you as honestly and as lovingly as I can. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you never miss a reading. The community we've built here is full of people who are spiritually awakening, who are stepping into their power, and who are ready to receive the blessings and truths that the universe has waiting for them. You belong here. Now let's get into it. Okay, so the very first thing I have to tell you, and I want you to really hear this, is that you are living in somebody's mind right now. Like, you have taken up full residence in this person's thoughts, and they cannot evict you no matter how hard they try. And here's what I want to be very clear about, this is not a stranger. This is not some random person who crossed paths with you once and forgot about you. This is someone who is already in your orbit in some way. This is someone who sees you, who has been watching you, who is aware of your presence in their world and has become almost consumed by it. Spirit is very clear on this. This person is not someone you haven't met yet. They are around you. They could be someone from your everyday life, someone who exists in your circles, someone who has access to you in some form, whether physically or through social media or through mutual connections. And when I say they're watching you, I don't mean that in a frightening way. I mean it in the way that someone watches someone they are absolutely captivated by. The way you find yourself refreshing someone's profile because something about them just pulls at you. That is what this person is doing with you. They are obsessively, almost helplessly, thinking about you. And not just casually either. The thoughts they're having about you are deep. They are consuming. They are both romantic and intensely physical. When these particular cards came out together, back to back the way they did, I immediately felt this rush of energy from this person. It was like I could feel the heat of what they feel for you. They fantasize about you. They think about having you close to them, being near you, touching you. There is a very strong sexual current running through this connection, and I'm not going to sugarcoat that because the cards are not sugarcoating it either. But here's what makes this so much more than just a physical attraction. This person doesn't just want you in that way. The desire goes so much deeper than the surface. They are genuinely, profoundly in love with who you are as a person. Something about your personality, and I mean the very specific way that you carry yourself, the way you think, the energy you put into the room when you walk in, has completely undone this person. They adore you. That's the only word for it. They adore your personality. They adore your complexity. They adore the way you make them feel without even trying. And I don't think most of you have any idea just how significant you are to this person. You have no clue how deeply you have moved them. How much you mean to them. You're going about your life, doing what you do, and this person is somewhere thinking about you like you're the answer to a question they've been asking their whole life. Now, in terms of who this person might be, And I always like to give some context here so you can start to tune into your own intuition about it. Spirit is showing me a few different possibilities, and not all of them will resonate, so take what feels true and release what doesn't. For some of you, this could be someone who works in a professional environment. I'm getting the energy of a white-collar career, someone who has a structured, responsible role in the world. For some of you, it could be someone connected to finance or banking, and yes, I know that sounds oddly specific, but sometimes spirit is oddly specific. Think about the people who have access to your information, who know your name, who could have looked you up and found you through social media and just fell. It happens more than people think. People develop feelings in the most unexpected ways, and sometimes all it takes is a glimpse of who you are online. For others of you, this person might be in real estate, or they could have entrepreneurial energy, someone who builds things, who has vision, who is driven by ambition. And for a small number of you, Spirit is throwing in something a little more unusual. There's a hint of very powerful, very connected energy, almost like someone with serious influence or ties to circles of power. Most likely that's expressing itself through entrepreneurship or executive energy rather than anything extreme, but it is there for some of you. What is consistent across the board is this person makes a very good living. They are successful or on the path to becoming very successful. And yet, despite all of that confidence and that capability they carry in their professional life, when it comes to you, you make them nervous. And I mean genuinely, authentically nervous. Like their palms get a little sweaty, and they rehearse what they want to say to you, and they second-guess themselves, which is something that almost never happens for them. Spirit is showing me that this person is generally very dominant, very assured of themselves. They move through the world with a kind of quiet authority. But with you, something shifts. You pull something out of them that they don't know what to do with. You have triggered something in this person. And I mean that in the most powerful, transformative sense of that word. You've pulled at something deep inside of them. You represent a challenge in a way that almost no one else does. And this person is not someone who is used to feeling challenged when it comes to romantic situations. They're used to getting what they want, to moving confidently, to having their advances well received. But with you, it's different. With you, they feel like they have to earn it. Like they have to be their absolute best self. Like you see through everything and you won't settle for anything less than something real. And that both terrifies and exhilarates them. They've never felt quite like this before. That's what Spirit keeps emphasizing. This feeling is new territory for them. You are genuinely unlike anyone they've encountered before, and somewhere deep in their heart, they know that whatever this is, it has the potential to change everything. Let me also tell you what I'm seeing physically, just so you can start to put a picture together. This person could have darker features. I'm getting brunette energy, or at least something dark about their appearance, whether that's hair or eyes or just an overall intensity to the way they look. They carry themselves with a certain presence. Tall energy is coming through very strongly, someone who is physically built, someone who looks put together and commands attention when they walk into a room. And their age range is coming in somewhere between the early 20s and the mid-30s, so there's a wide window there depending on your specific situation. What's also interesting is that this person could be based in or around a city. Whether they live there or work there, there's urban energy around them. And there's something about the contrast of that, this polished, city-dwelling, successful person completely undone by their feelings for you. It almost makes it more endearing, doesn't it? That someone who looks like they have it all together is quietly, privately, completely gone over you. Now I want to talk about you for a moment, because the cards are speaking about your energy just as much as they're speaking about this connection, and what I'm seeing is genuinely remarkable. So many of you present to the world as someone who is very composed, very self-contained, perhaps even cold or unapproachable on the surface. And I want to be clear, that's not a criticism. That's actually one of the things that makes you so magnetic and so compelling. You have this quality where you don't wear your heart on your sleeve. You don't hand people easy access to you. There's a guardedness, a mystery to the way you carry yourself, and people can sense that there is so much more to you beneath the surface than what you're showing. But they can't quite get to it, and that drives them absolutely wild. You come across as someone who doesn't need anyone. Someone who is complete within themselves. And that is rare. That is genuinely rare. Most people give themselves away too quickly. You can read exactly what they're feeling the moment you look at them. But you? People look at you and they're curious. They want to know what's going on behind those eyes. They want to understand what's happening in that mind of yours. And the fact that you don't just hand that over freely makes you endlessly fascinating to everyone around you. There are also people in your world who are envious of you. People who watch what you do, how you carry yourself, how you present yourself, and they try to emulate it. They try to capture what you have and bring it into their own lives. You have that rare quality of a person who becomes an archetype for others, someone people look at and think, I want to be like that, or I want to have what they have. Whether it's your energy, your aesthetic, your intelligence, your presence, or some combination of all of those things, people are drawn to you, and sometimes that admiration curdles into silent competition. Spirit is saying that you might have experienced this dynamic, being surrounded by people who smile to your face while quietly measuring themselves against you, people who have tried to paint a narrative about you that doesn't match who you actually are. And I want you to know that whatever has been said about you, whatever picture has been painted, it's not sticking. People see through it. The lies and the gossip are being exposed, and the truth of who you are is rising to the surface no matter how hard anyone tries to suppress it. And here's what the universe wants you to understand about that: you are not alone in navigating this. You have guardians. You have spiritual support around you that is real, that is active, and that is fiercely protective of you. Whether you call them angels, ancestors, spirit guides, or simply the universe, there are forces working on your behalf that do not take lightly the way certain people have treated you. If someone has betrayed you, deceived you, worked against you in the shadows, those actions have been witnessed. Every single one of them. And what's been done in the dark will find its way into the light, not because you're plotting revenge or asking for it, but simply because that is the nature of spiritual law. Energy returns to its source. That's not a threat. That's just truth. The fact that certain cards came out together in this reading, the specific combination of cards speaking about your spiritual ranking and the energy of divine justice, tells me that you are someone who is spiritually elevated in a way that perhaps you haven't fully recognized or owned yet. You have a high spiritual ranking. And I know that might sound abstract, but what that means in practical terms is that your intuition is strong, your energy affects the environments and people around you more powerfully than average, your prayers and intentions carry real weight, and the universe is paying close attention to your journey. You have both angelic energy and what I would describe as more ancient, fierce protective energy around you, a combination that says, in no uncertain terms, do not mess with this person. Pay attention to the numbers you're seeing. If 1111 keeps appearing to you, if you glance at the clock and it's 11:11, if you see it on receipts, on addresses, in phone numbers, pause in that moment. Take a breath and become aware of what thought you were just having, what you were feeling, what you were wishing for. That's not a coincidence. That is the universe amplifying your signal. Your desires are being heard. Your intentions are being woven into the fabric of what's coming. 1111 appearing in your life right now is confirmation that what you're asking for is already in motion, already being prepared for you on a level you can't yet see with your physical eyes. And if you're seeing 555, big changes are coming. Not small, incremental shifts. Real, significant, life-altering changes that are going to reshape the landscape of your world. Don't be afraid of it. Change coming in at that magnitude, in this context, is not disruption for the sake of destruction. It is transformation for the sake of elevation. You are being taken somewhere new, and the path being cleared for you is one you're going to be grateful for. Let me come back to this person, because there is so much more to say about how they feel about you and what's coming in this connection. This person, and I want to say this with as much emphasis as I possibly can, this person feels like they have finally found the one. That's not just a poetic way of describing a crush. That is what Spirit is showing me about the depth of what they feel. They look at you and something in them settles. Something clicks. Like a key turning in a lock that's been waiting a long time to be opened. They feel like you belong with them. Not in a possessive or controlling way, but in a soul recognition kind of way. Like when you meet someone and something deep inside you says, "Oh, it's you." That's what they feel when they think about you. And now I want to tell you about how this person is going to change you, because this connection isn't just about romance, it's about healing. For a lot of you, somewhere along the way, something happened that caused you to close off emotionally. Whether it was heartbreak, betrayal, disappointment, or simply the accumulation of experiences that taught you that opening up meant getting hurt, you built walls. And those walls have served their purpose. They've protected you. But they've also kept out some of the warmth and the intimacy and the depth of connection that you actually crave on a soul level. This person is going to be the one who gently, patiently, lovingly opens that up in you. They're not going to crash through your walls with force. They're going to find the door you didn't even know was there and quietly, respectfully walk through it. And the healing that happens in the context of this connection is going to reach places inside of you that you thought were permanently sealed. You are going to experience major emotional breakthroughs. Things you've carried for years, grief, distrust, self-protection, are going to begin to dissolve, not because you're forcing it, but because in the presence of someone who genuinely, unconditionally loves you for who you are, there's simply no more need for them. This is a soul tie. That's what Spirit is calling it. A soul tie, a soulmate connection, not necessarily in the fairy tale sense, but in the sense that this person's soul and your soul recognize each other. There's a depth here that transcends the physical, transcends the temporary. This is something real. Something that has the potential to go all the way. Speaking of which, Spirit is also showing me that this person is thinking about a future with you. Not just in a vague, wishful kind of way. They're thinking about it seriously. They think about you in the context of their life long term. They imagine what it would be like to have you by their side not just for a season but permanently. There is marriage energy here. There is a vision this person holds of a life built with you in it. And I want you to sit with that for a moment, because sometimes we receive these readings and we think it sounds too good, too big, too much, but Spirit is showing it clearly and I'm going to tell you what I see. This person is going to propose to you. Not tomorrow, maybe. For some of you, the romantic connection itself is coming in the next 2 to 4 months. For others, closer to 5 or 6 months. And marriage, for those of you where trust takes longer to build, might be a little further down the timeline. But the intention is there from the very beginning. This is not someone who wants a situationship. This is not someone who wants something casual. They want you, fully and completely, for keeps. What draws them to you, beyond your appearance, which they absolutely find stunning, by the way, they find you incredibly attractive, is your intelligence. That's one of the first things I'm being shown about what captivates this person. Your mind. The way you think. The things you know, the things you say, the way you put ideas together. Your intelligence is magnetic to this person. And right alongside that is your ambition. The fact that you are someone who is going somewhere, who has vision for their life, who doesn't just float along waiting for things to happen, that drives them wild. And then there's your beauty, which is undeniable, but it's the combination of all three, intelligence, ambition, beauty, that makes you so uniquely, devastatingly compelling to them. That combination is rare. And they know it. They feel like finding someone who possesses all of that, all at once, is something that doesn't happen twice. Some of you are also being shown by Spirit that you are fated for great success. Fame, wealth, a very visible, impactful life, these are possibilities being lit up in the cards for some of you. Whether you've already started on that path or you're just beginning to step into it, know that the universe is behind it. The work you're putting in, the vision you're holding, the dreams you haven't told anyone about, they are valid and they are being supported. And yes, I do want to acknowledge the physical side of this connection one more time, because the cards were very forthcoming about it and I'm not going to shy away from it. This person is intensely attracted to you on a physical level. They think about being with you in that way. They think about it a lot. They are deeply, almost dizzyingly turned on by you, and they have a high level of confidence about what they believe they would bring to that side of the relationship. They feel very strongly that the physical chemistry between you two would be off the charts. And while that's only one dimension of a real connection, Spirit is showing that it will be a very good one. More than that though, and this is the part that matters most, you will fall for this person emotionally and deeply. The heart connection here is what's going to sustain you. The intimacy that develops between your two souls is what's going to feel like home. If this reading resonated with you today, please give it a like and leave me a comment below. I would love to know what connected with you. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I drop a new reading, you're the first to know. I pour everything I have into these messages, and I do it because this community means the world to me. You mean the world to me. This is Juliet, sending you so much love, so much light, and so much faith in everything that's coming for you. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay open, and know that you are never, ever walking this path alone.